Hey everybody, welcome back to Taking Trades. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Tuesday to you. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what's going on with the price action in /NG. Are you concerned about your UGAZ position if you have one on? Comment below, let me know what your concerns are regarding it. Where do you think we're going to go from here? Because today we're going to break down the price action in UGAZ and DGAZ while looking at the futures chart. And I'm also going to share with you the information that I found regarding why we're getting these big drops. I want to explain that a little bit, talk about the weather, how that's impacting things right now, as well as on the horizon, because we all know that we have to watch the weather out on the horizon in terms of affecting supply and demand. There's also one news story that I want to show you today too that's also having an impact on why prices are currently dropping. So with that, let's dive in. So what do you say we start off with the weather today? According to natgasweather.com, the next several days may be colder than expected, but if we look forward, temperatures could be much milder in both the US and Europe in the first week of December. Now, as for heating degree days, which are also known as HDDs, these are the number of days that the average temperature drops below 65 degrees Fahrenheit. These have been dropping, which means a lot less natural gas is needed for heating. So what this all means, to sum it up, is that the weather is actually becoming a little more mild looking out further beyond a week, and that's having a big impact on price action, which we're going to get into next. It's caused prices to fall off sharply, but we did see a positive sign in that we bounced on a support level, and that's what I want to point out today, that it is respecting that support level. We'll see where it goes from here, but it looks like the warmer forecast is kind of getting baked into price action yesterday and today, and then we'll see what's going to happen moving forward. But right now, that's your weather, and I want to jump into the price action. So let's take a look at the charts.
Okay, I've got /NGF20, which is the natural gas futures chart for January that we're looking at. And you can see that we've got the price action from before right here. We've got our overhead resistance and our underneath support drawn up. And just to refresh your memory on what we talked about was that this range down here is a support level, and it's not an exact penny point. It's a range from one price point to another. And when we drew this out, we said we had touched all of these lows many times, come up, come back down, risen again, come back down, and then we started to get this curl back to the upside where things were looking good. Then we got this forecast that came out that was warmer than normal, and then we got this hard push back down. Now, if I zoom in a little closer, the thing that I want to focus on, to try to focus on what's positive in this situation, is this is our support zone, and right now it's about 3:08 p.m. on the East Coast, so the trading day is about over. But look at this. It came down to a low of 2.5, but then look at this bottom tail. It sucked all the way back up, and currently right now it's trading right in this 2.53 area, 2.532, which is right on top of our support level. So it seems that traders have seen this get touched, and now we're respecting that level. Much like we did here and also in here, this level has been respected multiple times. So it's no surprise that when we got here again, we got more respect from that level. And now that we've seen the forecast of being warmer than usual over the next week or so, after this cold front comes through, it looks like that's kind of baked in now. So now we're going to be looking beyond that warmer weather to the next storm or the next thing that's, roughly 14 days out, because that seems to be key in terms of determining what's going to happen right now in the markets. And so if we see colder weather come in or another storm that presents on the horizon, we should start to get a curl back to the upside. But right now it's very surprising that we've descended all the way down to this level. And now with the warmer forecast causing this big push down, we got to sit tight and wait to see what to do. And you know what I'm going to say here. I think it's time, if you're bullish, to possibly nibble at this level. We're back down at a major support level where you could start to pick up shares right as we bottom feed right around here, and then wait for that push back to the upside as the next colder storm comes in or as the next major cold blast comes down from Canada. So we'll have to kind of wait and see what's going to happen. But in the meantime, it might be time to do a little bit of nibbling in the natural gas arena. Now with that, let's jump over to UGAZ and let's take a look here. And this is kind of crazy how this has gapped down so much. So we've had the gap down here. We sort of treaded sideways, treading water, dropped again, and then we got that bounce back up, then another gap down, a red day followed by another gap down. So right now, we're actually touching just below that support level that we drew at 1238. And I had gotten some messages from a few people talking about lower support levels and kind of what they were thinking, but this looks pretty low, and I know the lowest that we've gone if we zoom out is the low of 11. So that is still a low level that could help us with support if we get that low. Do I think we will get that low? I don't know. I'm hoping not, though. I'm hoping that we start to get that curl back to the upside, but I don't know how high we're going to go. I don't know if we're going to get back to our highs up here in that $20, $20.50 level. We were hoping for it, and this was surely encouraging, but then once we got that warm forecast and started to sell off, that just didn't help us at all. So with that, let's jump over and look at DGAZ really quick just to see what it did today. Obviously, the DGAZ is our inverse ETF, and right now it's looking as if, when I zoom out, I had drawn in this level and right here from previous touches, and it does look like it's respecting that as well. So in the inverse side, it's touching and looks like it's going to be rejected back to the downside. But again, all of this is typically based off /NG, and I use F20 for the January futures. But if we look here, you can see it's just perfectly setting up on top of that support level. So I do think it's a possible nibble time. I do think that we will possibly move back to the upside, but we do need that support of the cold weather. It's just not here. I know the United States is getting hammered right now. We're going to see a lot of wind in the northeast, a lot of rain in the southeast, and then Colorado and some of the states out west are getting hammered. Wyoming getting hit with a lot of snow. Denver's getting hit with snow. So we got to kind of wait and let this storm move past, because what's happening this second was related to this. This move higher, that was because the cold weather was coming. Now it's here and it's landed, and looking forward, it's getting a little bit warmer. So that's why we're getting this. So we need to see 14 days out, something cold coming, to have that reflected in current price levels on natural gas.
All right, I promised you a news article related to liquefied natural gas, so I want to dive into that right now.
All right, so if you go over to fxempire.com, and don't worry, I'll link this article in the description below so you guys will have access to it, but this article by FX Empire says natural gas price prediction. Prices form outside day pointing to lower prices. So colder than normal weather is expected to cover the Midwest. So we get into this, and they go through really nicely the technicals. This is a good article to read and kind of check out their thought on technical levels for natural gas. But as we get down here, I just wanted to show you guys this LNG exports decline. So it says the EIA reports that U.S. LNG exports decrease week over week. 12 liquefied natural gas vessels with a combined LNG carrying capacity of 43 billion cubic feet departed the United States between November 14th and November 20th, according to the EIA. So the net withdrawal from storage totaled 94 billion cubic feet for the week ending November 15th, compared with the 5-year average net withdrawal of 32 billion cubic feet and last year's net withdrawal of 109 billion cubic feet during the same week. So with declining exports of liquefied natural gas, that's clearly going to reduce demand as a whole for natural gas, which is also going to contribute to this decline in price. You get warmer weather, that causes decreased demand, that shuts down as many exports, and then it's kind of cyclical in fact that it drives prices lower. So this is the article I wanted to show you. I will link it below. It's fxempire.com, and just check the description below for it.
All right, jump down in the comments below and let me know how you managed your trades today. Let me know if you nibbled off that support level, or if you're waiting to see if we go lower to $11 in UGAZ before you start picking up any shares. I want to hear your thoughts. Post your questions below. Thanks for stopping by. Hope it was a green day if you were playing DGAZ. If you're holding UGAZ, hopefully you're possibly adding or nibbling to your share size. But let's continue talking about it. Comments below, and we'll see you tomorrow.